Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is 2:02 a.m. and I just woke up a little bit ago. Went to bed with Alex tonight, and I woke up because Pee-Pee had to go to the bathroom, so I took the dogs out. Oh, is it snowing right now? I think it's like kind of snowing a little bit, but you can hardly notice it. Yet again, another rainy, nasty, cold day in Indianapolis. It's like spitting rain or snow. I can't tell if it's snow or not. It's not. If it is, it's just a little bit here and there. But anyway, yeah, I went to bed with Alex tonight, and woke up. I always just plan to sleep like an hour or an hour and a half, and I end up sleeping straight through. I was so cozy. But anyway, let's see, I got up today, and we went to brunch. We had a good brunch. And then afterwards, we had like a bunch of stuff that we wanted to do, like errands to run together and stuff. We had some things we wanted to go look at, so we did that. And then we, I still have my coffee from this afternoon. No, there's hardly any in here. We went to Costco, and we got toilet paper and trash bags. We needed to get something else too. I can't remember what the other thing was. Or was that it? Sunday afternoons are not the days to go to Costco, just so you know. But Alex was just gonna order it on Amazon Prime, and I'm like, this is so stupid, like it's so much cheaper, you know, and he was like, yeah, I totally agree. So, because at Costco, you get more, and it's cheaper. So we just went to Costco and got it. If you have a Costco membership and you don't get your paper towels and toilet paper from Costco, I'm not really sure why. Like they're so cheap there. And the Kirkland brands, which is like the Costco brand, it is spitting snow now. It's like a little bit harder up here. But anyway, the Kirkland brand, which is like the Costco brand, is, like honestly, it's just as good as any like main brand that you would buy. So anyway, we did that, and then we came home. And I was so tired. I just was really, really tired today. And I thought he would just go right back to bed. And then he was talking to his friend, and a bunch of his friends had just gotten out of going to the Colts game downtown. So he, I'm gonna put that cup of coffee, or the coffee lip balm on, if I can find it. So he went downtown to meet up with them at this bar called District Tap. It's like a bar restaurant. It's like where a lot of people go, like after the game. So he did that. Where is it in here? And then I made my review video and just kind of hung out with the dogs. He was only down there for like an hour and a half. And then he was on his way home, and I hadn't seen Tanya in a couple days. And her son and his girlfriend were home for Thanksgiving, and they had just flown out today. So I went and picked up Tanya, and she wanted a cup of coffee. So I took her through Starbucks and got her a cup of coffee. And then we drove around and just kind of like talked and stuff because it's so cold outside. And we caught up, and yeah, and then I came home and I ate a little bit of hummus and stuff because I was hungry. And then Alex was in bed and he was like watching TV, so I went upstairs and I just kind of like looked around at stuff on my phone, and then I might have fallen asleep before him, actually, I don't know. I said, I think I'm gonna lay down for a little bit. And he was like, okay. It's just not really that fun to go out and do anything when it's like this nasty out. I saw that my in-laws all went to this like Christmas parade today, and it was like in the rain, and I was just like, I don't know that I would have wanted to go to a Christmas parade in the rain, but the parade looked fun. So yeah, so that was my day. And I had wanted to film videos on all of my channels today, but in all honesty, I just was so tired. I felt like I was just dragging my feet. So I was like, well, I'll just start that tomorrow. I'll get up on Monday fresh and be like, okay, going forward every day in December, I'm gonna make videos. I'm gonna try to make videos on all of my channels going forward in December. So that's my plan. That's my plan. And I don't know what else. Talked to a bunch of friends on the phone today. Can't really think of anything else. Okay, we're done. Although last night's was like an hour and 10 minutes, so this will probably be shorter tonight. I didn't actually look and see what people said about whether or not they like the shorter vlogs. Or I know if I look, people will say they like the longer vlogs. I don't think I read comments on any of my videos today. Well, I did actually just look to see if the winner of the first $25 gift. So I'm doing giveaways on my review channel every day, starting on I started it on Black Friday. So every day going forward until Christmas, I'm doing giveaways over there. So I looked to see if the winner had contacted me, because I picked the winner today from that video, and they haven't contacted me yet. But the video's only been up for, I don't know, 6 hours or something like that. So I'm sure I'll hear from them. But I was kind of reading through some of those comments over there, but I didn't read through my comments on my vlog today. But I would be interested to see what people have to say about if they like the shorter vlog or the longer vlog or whatever. Gas has dropped like 10 cents in these areas. It's $2.37 over here and it's $2.34 over there, which is pretty good, you know. I think I might go through McDonald's and get a Diet Coke. I feel like every time I go through McDonald's, they're closed. I just get kind of real disappointed going through there anymore. I'm gonna pull in here really quick and see what some of the comments were about how long people like it. We'll see what people had to say. We'll see what people had to say. By people, I mean all of you wonderful people out there in the listener sphere. I just made that up. Could you tell? Oh. I want to sit down this week and I want to make some goals going into, like, of things that I want to accomplish in the year 2020. Okay. Maybe I did read some comments earlier. Like a hair right there. The longer the better, said D. I knew somebody was going to say something like that. Hey, D. I'm reading Robin's comment about Bora Bora. Oh, Allison was talking about the 1987 Garfield Christmas special. I love that one. Bailey said she doesn't really comment, but she loves the longer vlogs. Oh, Jacqueline, I'm so sorry. Going through a breakup. Corrine said she's watched every single vlog, and I know it too, because I know you've been around from the very beginning. Wendy said she's going to get some of the corn dip. Get ready, because it is so good. I've eaten it like 3 times this week. I need to stop. Hannah, I'm reading your comment about Greece right now. She's talking in here about like how she went to Greece and she loved Greece and she was a classics major. But Greece is extremely expensive to go to. She was talking about she didn't know the price because whatever. I would love to go to Greece. Did I not mention that the other night, or did I say it? And I don't, like, it's not one of the top of my list. I don't know why. I really don't. Like, it's like when I was saying that the other night, I was thinking about, like, you know, when I was a kid, I always wanted to go to, like, Egypt, or, like, Rio de Janeiro was, like, a place that I really, really, you know, wanted to go to. I just, like, you know, like, or Hawaii even, like, because I've been there as a kid, but, like, I don't, like, I would love to go, but I don't really, I don't know, like, I just don't really, honestly, have that many bucket list places. I just don't, you know, like, I know that sounds corny, but I just really don't. Okay. Okay, Sharon said the reverse sneezing is completely normal. She also said, I love your vlogs being an hour or more. Kristen, every time you comment on my videos, I always think like your profile picture, because I've seen you comment a lot, is like an ad for something. Tammy, I'm going to talk about your comment in a second. She said, Instagram is awful, an awful influence on our society, and about as fake as it comes. I have no interest in photos that are altered being used to make everybody feel less than. I don't think it's any better than Facebook. I got rid of both, and it was the best thing I ever did. Now I experience things for the experience, not to get a picture, not for the gram. I think it's a great commentary, and I want to talk about that. I'm going to, actually, we'll just talk about that in regards to what I was saying yesterday, and wanting to, like, you know, post more pictures on Instagram and focus more attention on that and whatever. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to get it back to this. So, like, I do want to do that because I do enjoy the Instagram stuff. But, you know, like, in all honesty, there's been a couple pictures on there, and I know that people are going to completely cheese out when I say this, but back in the day, I would do, like, a look of a day, and I would, like, put, like, all the clothes together, and then I would have, like, a Fleetwood Mac album and, like, a book and, like, you know, some leaves or something. I'm not very good at that kind of, like, collage aesthetic, if you want to call it so. It sounds so phony, right? But I enjoy doing that. Like, I have a fun time doing that. I also think, okay, that there is a lot to be said. Like, I don't really Photoshop my pictures whatsoever. Like, what you see is pretty much 100% the case. Like, I'll go in there and I'll kind of, like, adjust the contrast and, like, the color a little bit sometimes, but, like, that's really it. Like, the contrast and the saturation of the color. Because maybe, like, the quality of the picture isn't great. But I don't even know how to Facetune. I don't own a Facetuning app on my phone. I don't know how to do any of that kind of stuff. I don't do that. So what you see is just absolute natural beauty. Absolute natural beauty and the ability to turtle and prune. No, I don't know. But, like, you know what I mean? But I do think this. I do think, it would be great, like, I agree with what you're saying, like, you know, Instagram, well, it's really, to be honest, no different than fashion magazines have been for a very long time, you know? and that fashion magazines set this unrealistic standard of what beauty was in our society, and it was typically directed towards women. Now, what's happened with Instagram is I feel like it's, first of all, 10 times worse, because it's not just about lookism, but it's also about what people have, what kind of car they drive, where they travel to, look at how fantastic their life is. So we're comparing every single element of our lives to them, you know? Unless you can step back and realize that probably, you know, a lot of those people just, that's not really the life that they live. I don't know. I meant, like, okay, so my eyes were kind of opened when, like, we met this girl through a friend in Miami, and, like, if you went and saw her Instagram, you would think that, like, she's constantly at these, like, and I have another friend here, actually, that lives here, and she's very similar to the same thing, too. And she, you know, like, you would think that this girl, like, she lived the best life in the entire world or whatever, but, like, she would literally just, like, go pick up her friend who was, like, staying at some hotel, and then they would go to the pool for 5 seconds, and she would take a picture, and then she would post it. It was all completely fake, right? And, I mean, she even said that, and I was like, that's so sad. I think I even said something like that to her. I was like, that is kind of sad, or something. She just looked at me strange. But, you know, like, it is sad. It is that unrealistic world. But I do think, for those of us, like, there's a lot of people that I follow where, like, one day their picture will be like the cover of a Stevie Nicks album, right? And then, like, the next picture will be like them, and it'll be very artistic, you know, like just sitting on a step or something, like looking out over the ocean. And, you know, then the next picture will be like a meal that they eat. So it really is kind of, to some degree, like a lifestyle blog. And that's really what I would enjoy doing, and writing more in the captions underneath there and things like that. Like, I would really like to get to that. Because I enjoy it. I enjoy the taking of the pictures. I enjoy the thinking it through and things like that. You know, and I enjoy the fashion aspect of it. But I don't think that it has to be done in a way where you're photoshopping the hell out of it, and you're, I don't know, like, that's for them. It's not, like, for anybody else, because, you know. And then, as far as the comment about getting rid of all social media, like, I've talked about this on here. In all honesty, like, if I didn't upload videos on YouTube, and I didn't use social media apps to talk about uploading videos, you know, and I didn't post it on Twitter, or that was how I communicated with people or whatever, I would get rid of my social media apps, at least I think for 30 days, to see, A, if I could do it, and B, what it was like. I think it would be extremely refreshing to, not be on social media, at least for a limited period of time. I know that I see a lot of people do, like, a social media cleanse, and I think that that's fantastic. But I have, in the last year, really, like, if you go to my Instagram, like, I used to post pictures every day. I post pictures, like, once a week. I think my last picture on there is, I don't even know what it is. I think it might be when we were in Miami. And no, I posted a picture like a week ago. I don't know what picture it is. I have no idea. And, like, on Twitter, like, I tweeted out tonight, because I was like, oh, I should probably tweet out something today. I was like, hi. And that's it. Like, you know, I don't want to live on Twitter. I don't want to live on social media. I don't want to live, you know, just, like, every second being completely, you know, entranced with what is going on. I don't care that much. I really don't. You know, I see a lot of people that are very, very consumed with it, and I think there was a period where I was like that. I think there's an unhappiness that goes along with it. I also think that what happens is, You know, when I'll make a video, like a drama video, let's say, and let's just say I'm talking about, I'm going to pull somebody out of the air that's pretty safe. Okay, let's say if I'm talking about Nikki Tutorials, right? And somebody will comment on the video and they'll say, you do realize, like I'll get at least one of these comments on every time I make a drama video. They'll say, you do realize there's more important things going on in the world than what's going on with Nikki Tutorials, right? Like you act like this is the end of the world. No, that's for entertainment purposes, okay? That channel is. And so it's about talking about drama and gossip. It's like if you turn on ETV, you don't go to ETV expecting that they're going to be talking about, you know, work strikes across the country. That's not what you're going to find on ETV. You're going to find them talking about entertainment gossip and what's going on, rightfully so. If you go to CNN, you're probably not going to hear a whole lot about, you know, the Kardashians and what's going on with Kim and Kanye. You're just not, you know. So let's just be fair to the area that it is, but that's also not missed on me either, right? That like, if, you know, when people say that and they're like, you know, you act like this is such a serious issue, but like there's really very real stuff going on in the world. I think if you know me well enough, and especially if you watch my vlog, you probably have it figured out that Peter cares more about the real world stuff that's going on than the drama. I just do, right? But even for me, the drama a little bit is a distraction from getting away from all of this real world stuff that sometimes for all of us is a little too heavy, you know? And I get so many comments from people saying, you know, like, I'm at the hospital, you know, going through chemo, and thank you so much for your videos because they make me laugh, or, you know, I just sit there and watch them and it fills my time. Or, you know, other people will say, like, I'm at the hospital because my mother or my brother or sister is in the emergency room, and, or, you know, they've been in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks, and every night I watch your videos, or we watch your videos together, and thank you, you know, for filling the time. And that means a lot to me, but it also means a lot to me, not just because it's really a nice thing that people are saying, but it means a lot to me because I literally sat day in and day out at my mom's side when she was in the hospital dying, and I had nothing to do but read a book or whatever. I mean, it wasn't really a world of social media at that time. I mean, it was, but it wasn't like the way that it is today. And so I didn't really have a whole lot to do. And I think that at that time, had YouTube been as prevalent as it is now, I could have sat there and watched YouTube or Netflix, you know, or Hulu or whatever. And I could have sat there and watched that and got my mind off of things, but I didn't have that. And I sat there in the hospital day in and day out, just like basically looking at a wall, you know, or reading a book. And in all honesty, when you're in a hospital sitting next to somebody's hospital bed and they're in a coma and you know they're not coming out of it, to read a book is really seriously depressing. I mean, it is not a distraction. It just isn't. And so I find that there is purpose in all of that. Now, the fine line for me recently, and a lot of what I've been talking about on that channel, is how do I do that and be fair? Because that's what I want to do going forward. How do you continue to be a pop culture comedian to some degree? I mean, maybe that's pushing it a little far with some of us. But, you know, how do you do pop culture humor without really being offensive and hurtful to the person? Because somebody's going to always not find your humor humorous. Do you know what I mean? It's going to stop. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. But, you know, there's always going to be somebody that doesn't find your humor humorous. There's probably going to be 30% that do, 30% that don't, and 30% that don't care, in all honesty. You know, and a lot of the influencers that I have talked about in my videos, many of them have reached out to me and said, I think your videos are hilarious, you know, and like, you know, a lot of people can laugh at themselves. A lot of people don't take themselves as seriously as other people do, you know? So, but I think it's about finding a fine line between all of that. But it's not missed on me that stuff is not, they're not real world issues. I know that. I mean, I know that, you know, that when I'm talking about a beauty influencer or YouTuber or whatever, that there is much more serious stuff going on in the world. I'm very, very aware of that, obviously, you know. But maybe that's just because how I'm conditioned. You know, I'm in my head and I'm thinking, well, I have talked to, you know, people in the past that like are very just driven with what they do and about the videos they make and stuff. But like, I kind of make a video and I post it and then I kind of just move on with my day, you know? And you know, like when I get in a car with Tanya and we're talking about those real world issues. We're talking about stuff that's going on with friends of ours, and you know, we're talking about family issues and stuff. We're not talking about Nikki tutorials. We're not. Like, then that's, I don't know what everybody else does, and I don't judge them for it. Let them do their thing, right? But like for me, like that's not where it's at. Like for me, it's about that. So I appreciate the comment, you know, about Instagram. Is this illusionary world that doesn't really exist? I think the thing that's interesting about that when you talk about Facetune and stuff like that is that when people like Facetune consistently, it's just so, is it not so obvious to everybody else? It's like so obvious to me, I can spot it a mile away in advance. And I guess the thing for me is, like, there's a lot of people that like I look at. Okay, here's a natural Facetune that a lot of gay guys do that are like really physically fit. They're very muscular. Here's a Facetune they do that's not really a Facetune, okay? But you can tell when they do it. So like, let's say if they're all standing there in a circle, you can tell like right before they took the picture, they all flexed, okay? Because literally their arms will all be flexed, but they'll just be like standing there, like they're all just supposed to be standing there like friends taking a picture, but literally their muscles are flexed. You can see the veins and stuff in it, right? Which always cracks me up because I'm like, whose arm is that pumped 24 hours a day? I mean, like literally where you're like, you know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't matter if I do it. There's nothing coming. And it always cracks me up when I see these pictures because I'm like, I mean, I'm sure it's not just exclusive to gay guys. I'm sure a lot of straight guys do it too, and probably some women and everybody out there in the world does it. But it always just cracks me up, right? I mean, I guess it's no different than the turtle and the prune. I mean, I guess it really isn't any different, you know, but it just cracks me up because I'm like, you have such a nice body anyway, you know, and you work so hard in the gym to have that body that then you look at the last second, you're like, and it has, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just, and you can see it because always the hand is like clenched. But, you know, I think it's the same thing with like the Facetune. It's like, I think it's people, feeling personally like they're not okay with themselves. And so if they need to do the Facetune for them, they need to do it. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to that. And in fact, really to me, the Instagrams that are a little bit more real are the ones that, you know, I find, I'm trying to think of like people's whose stories I look at. Like people's stories that I typically look at on a regular basis, well, I just kind of go through everybody's, but are people that I'm interested in their lives. It doesn't really have to do with the pictures that they post. You know, I will say, like I'm more interested in people's stories than I am interested in their, that's crazy that I'm thinking about it. Like, I never really thought about it before. I'm really more interested in their stories than I am in their Instagram pictures, you know? My husband is somebody that photoshops. He'll spend 2 hours on a picture, and I'll just sit there and laugh. But, you know, that's also what he enjoys doing, you know? But he doesn't, like, blur crap out and all that kind of stuff. Not that I would care if he did. That's his business, you know? I remember talking to, this was like a year ago. I think some of you will remember it. No, this was around David's graduation. I was talking to his girlfriend. She's very, this is my cousin's son. And his girlfriend is very earthy and very artsy, and she's very cool, right? And I said something to her about, we were talking about Instagram. I don't know how we even got on it. And she said, I don't have it. And I said, you don't have Instagram? She goes, I don't have any social media. And I said, you don't have any social media? I mean, the girl is 17 years old, right? And I said, you don't have any social media? And she was like, no. She was like, and she said something about, I can't remember. I said it in the vlog back then, and I don't remember what she told me, but she said something about her parents said she couldn't have social media until she was like 14 or 15. I think it was late. And then after that, she just decided that she didn't want it. And I said, why not? And she said it would make, she goes, I I don't need something like that that's going to make me feel less about myself. And I think that's exactly what you're talking about in the comment, you know? And I think that we're going to either go to a world, I think this is going to be interesting when the likes are taken away on Instagram. Like when people don't have that, when people don't have that built-in reinforcement of how great I am because I got so many likes on a picture or a post or whatever, like I don't think people are going to know what to do with that initially, you know? I think it's a good thing that the likes are going away. I think it's going to destroy the business of influencers, but it is what it is. Things change, right? But I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I literally have known people that, like, you can tell they buy likes for their pictures. And, like, I mean, it's really, really obvious, right? That they're buying likes on their pictures. And then they'll sit there and they'll say to you, well, how many likes do you get on average on a picture? And I'll be like, I have no idea. I mean, I really don't. Like how, I don't look at that stuff. I don't know. I don't care. You know, I post a picture because I want to post a picture. So I have it there to remember. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, God forbid Facebook and Instagram goes away. I don't have any pictures of my life for the last 10 years. Like none. None. Like except for what's in my phone, you know? Like, because we don't have physical copies of pictures anymore. I don't do that. I don't have all that anymore. You know what I mean? So, like, every picture of every event, of everything that I've ever gone to is literally on Facebook or Instagram at this point. And I never upload on Facebook. So they're all on Instagram or in my phone. And I'm like, if all of that would just go away tomorrow, we would have no memory of, like, no physical copy memory of what had taken place, right? So, but, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? It's kind of sad too because it's all really this popularity contest, you know? There's this girl that I know here and she would consider herself an influencer. She would be okay with that word, and she really is. And her Instagram is literally, I think she has a blog too, and she has a YouTube channel, and she's like one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my entire life. I mean, genuinely sweet, would do anything for you. But like her life is literally built on going to restaurant openings, going to store openings, doing this, doing that. She loves that stuff. And she does it all for free. Like she does all this stuff for free. And then she posts stuff on her Instagram and it's constant. Like her Instagram story and her Instagram pictures are really free advertisement for these places that she goes to. She doesn't make any money off this whatsoever because she doesn't have that big of a following. And she's so sweet. And like her pictures are, I don't ever watch her story or look at her pictures and think to myself, God, I want to go try that. She was just doing something the other day. She's not in Indianapolis right now, but it was like this like matcha place where like it was like a coffee place, but everything was matcha. And I mean, she's always showing stuff that makes me want to go try it, you know? Is it like out of focus? But I noticed the other day when I was uploading it or I was like fixing it that it's like out of focus a lot. But she's always showing stuff that I'm like, oh, I want to go do this or I want to go do that, you know? And so it's all skewed anyway. The people that should be getting attention like her, because she really enjoys what she does, aren't getting any damn attention whatsoever, you know? I don't know. The whole social media world's so weird to me anyway. I think it's weird for me because, you know, like, you know, I started videos on BookTube consistently. And I wasn't thinking about social media with that kind of stuff. I mean, I didn't think like, I need to like post this and I need to post that. I didn't think about it. I filmed my video and I had fun with it. And I posted the video and whatever I got was what I got, you know? And then from there, I started doing videos on my Peter Monn channel. And then I was active on Twitter with that channel. But never really like how I see other people, you know, like just, I don't really remember honestly, like when I started it. Maybe I was a lot more than I am now. I just don't remember. I've always just wanted to do it because it felt natural or I enjoy it. I've never wanted to do it because I felt like I had to, you know what I mean? But it's real easy to be consumed with it. And just sit there and like read this and read that and read people's comments, and you know, it's real easy to become that way. I don't know what the answer to that is. I think the answer to that is you have to do what makes you happy, you know, each and every person. I'm kind of at a place right now in my life, and this may change, you know, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, but I'm at a point right now where I do a pretty good job engaging when I want to engage and not engaging when I don't want to, or I don't feel like it's healthy for me, you know? I can tell you when I'm not in a good place in my head, if I'm like super tired or if I'm irritable, I don't go to Twitter because I just know I'm gonna see something that's gonna piss me off more, right? Like, and that's not where I need to be going in those moments. Like, I don't need to be going somewhere that I'm just gonna get more pissed off. And Facebook's exactly the same place for me. You know, and one of the things that I really dislike, you know, and in all honesty, I mean, I know that this is going to sound stupid, but I think some people out there will relate to this, is like, I would totally get rid of Facebook, except that I do connect with a lot of people that I don't have their personal phone numbers, you know, people that I have, people that I'm not close friends with, but that I, you know, just kind of associate with from time to time. I hate that word when the younger people call it the associates. What's the word I'm looking for? Acquaintances, you know? Or people that I might like want to be like, oh, hey, like I know somebody that's looking for, you know, electrician, and you're an electrician. Like, you know, what's your number? You know, like I do use Facebook a lot for that. Or, you know, like stuff to do with my reunion or whatever. Like I don't want to not have it because of that, because I do rely on it for that. But like as far as posting stuff on there, I'm like never on there. Like I went on there the other day and I saw that I had something like, I mean, it was like over 200 friend requests, and I mean, I literally just like scanned through them, and I was like, because I don't accept any friend requests unless they're from people that I actually know on my like my Facebook. I just keep over there for my friends and my family. And I literally never post anything. When we were in Miami, I posted a picture because I was like, I should post a picture because I never post a picture over here, so I did. And like I very, very post anything over there. I just don't care, you know? But I want to keep it for that. And then Twitter, I mean, honestly, Twitter's where I find out a lot of stuff about what's going on for my videos. And like Instagram, I enjoy. But like if you like to read, well, I think if you enjoy social media, but you don't want to get ate up with all of that stuff, I mean, Pinterest is a great place, you know? I don't have Pinterest, but like, I was talking to my hairstylist, and she was telling me about how her daughter, who's like 10 or 11, I think she's 11, is obsessed with Pinterest. And I'm like, what does she do on Pinterest? Because she's on it all the time. And I said, well, what does she do? And she's like, she's got her wedding board over there. She's like planning her wedding out. She's got like her birthday party board. She's got this board. She's got like holiday decorations board. You know, she's got like her fashion board. And I'm like, so what does she do with it? And she's like, she just goes through there and finds stuff that she likes, and she pins it. And she goes, you know, I think, you know, it's healthy for her. It keeps her creative, keeps her thinking, whatever. You know, I don't let her be on the computer too much and whatever. You know, like that seems to be a pretty healthy thing for me. It doesn't seem to be, there's not a lot of negativity or toxicity there. Goodreads for reading, there's not a lot of negativity or toxicity there, you know? So I think it just depends on what you're looking at it for. I think if you can go into Instagram and realize that, like, I mean, some of these guys that I look at, if I was going to compare my body to theirs, they literally live in the gym, and I don't want to live in a gym, so therefore I'm never going to have that body. So they can have that body all day long and post it on Instagram, and I'm very happy for them, but I will never have that body because I don't want to live in a gym, period, end of story. And I know that, right? You know, and I see a lot of the face tuning going on to the point where sometimes I think it's just ridiculous. I don't even know what I'm saying about all of this. That used to be a family video, and now it's a CBD oil place. Like, what has happened to the world? I think the last video store in Indianapolis just closed. I was gonna ask my vet about the CBD oil for pee-pee, because I heard that it can be really helpful for dogs. I think I did mention it to her actually one time, well, for his cough, and his cough hasn't been bad lately, but I've heard that CBD oil can be good for pets, as like elderly pets as well. And like, I'm not going to just start giving it to, I would never just start giving him something without asking her first and, you know, having her do it. But does anybody else out there, does anybody give your pets CBD treats or CBD oil or whatever? What do you think about that? I was talking to Tanya about it, and she said the problem with it is that each dog or each, you know, is so specifically different for what they can handle or what would work for them. She was like, you can't really across the board just be like, oh yeah, I'll take these treats because it'll help. She's like, it's so specifically different to each, you know, dog. And so I don't know, I need to be, I don't know anything about it, honestly. I mean, I really don't know anything about it. Somebody is at the gym at 2:43 a.m. working out. Right next to 5 guys sitting at a table in the rain, smoking cigarettes, drinking some beer out there. I was gonna watch a holiday movie tonight, but I didn't do that. I need to finish Let It Snow. I didn't finish it. Well, I'm watching the Boulet Brothers Dragula right now on, I'm watching season 1 on YouTube. The problem is I already know who wins. Because who wins comes into season, okay, listen, I will tell you this. If you're gonna watch Dragula, which you have to have kind of a strong stomach because they do some really gross stuff on the show. Like so like on RuPaul's Drag Race, how they lip sync for their life. On Dragula, they have an extermination where they have to do something like, one time they had to like get tattoos, another time they had to like jump out of a plane. It's like really like risk-taking stuff, right? But they do some gross stuff on there too. So have a strong stomach if you're gonna watch it. But if you're gonna watch it, make sure that you watch it season 1 on YouTube, season 2 and 3 on Netflix, and season 4 I think they're saying is coming out next fall. They don't know where, I guess on YouTube or something, I don't know. But if you're gonna watch it in that order, because the thing is that first of all, the quality of the show gets better over time, and so it's kind of hard to have watched season 3 and then go back to season 1 and watch it. It's kind of funny too, but because I kind of appreciate that the rawness of the show, like how it started, I just kind of really appreciate that. It started out of a club act is what it did. They would do these contests like in a club, so I appreciate that. But like if you watch season 2 if you watch season 2 and season 3, you know stuff about season 1 that you wouldn't, and like if you watch season 3 first, you know stuff that you just watch them in order or it'll ruin it for you. And let me just tell you something else. Do not look up any of these queens on Instagram before you do, because like they don't just put up winner of Dragula, they'll put up like 4th runner-up to Dragula. So like I'm like reading through these Instagram posts or Instagram like of these, that is one thing why I do like Instagram, is to kind of like look up people and stuff. But that's one of the things about Instagram, or that's one of the things about looking them up on Instagram, is that you'll literally know who places top 3 before you watch the season finale. And I totally screwed up doing that, so I wish I hadn't. So you're gonna want to make sure that you don't do that, is what I'm saying. Is this a train coming? It sure is. We haven't had a train in a video in a while. You wanna see it? It's pretty though, isn't it? I like the sound of a train. I dated this guy briefly. And by briefly, I mean real briefly. And I went over to his house one night, and he lived like on the opposite side of town as me, and he was like right next to this train track. And I don't know why, whenever I hear a train track, I always think about this. And so we were just like sitting there talking, and we were like hanging out in bed. I remember, like, this is so strange, I don't know why, but he had like a white tank top on and like these gray sweatpants. I don't know how I remember that. And he on these like white striped socks, these like white and blue stripes. I don't have any idea how I remember that. But anyway, this was pre-Alex, obviously. So we were laying there and just sitting in bed talking, and I like felt, and I remember I can see his room, and it had like this little window to the side. Like there was a window behind the bed, and then there was a window to the side, and the window to the side like overlooked like the train track. And I remember like I like fell asleep, and I woke up to like the sound of the train track, and I was like so comfortable, and he was like sleeping on my shoulder, and I like got up in the middle of the night and I like laughed. I don't know how I remember that. That was like one of those situations where like I like really liked him, but like we were so completely like different. There was like really, it didn't make sense at all. I think he knew that and I knew that, you know what I mean? Like, but he was a nice guy. I think he like lives in another city now, and he's like been with somebody seriously for a long time. We're not even, I don't even think we're friends on Facebook or anywhere or whatever. Do you ever have people that say to you, well, we're Facebook friends? I said that to some, where was I the other day? Somebody said that to me. Somebody came up to me and they go, oh, hi, how are you? And I was like, good. And they just kind of stood there and they're like, you don't know who I am, do you? And I was like, I said, I'm sorry. And she was like, oh, it's okay. We're just Facebook friends. And I was like, oh. And she like said her name, and I was like, yeah, and she was like, it's cool, we're just Facebook friends. I don't know what that really even means. Somebody said, that's why I don't like when people send you friend requests on Facebook, and it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know, I don't get it. Not that I've never done that. It stopped, and I don't even know when it stopped. But anyway, I was talking about sending friend requests out to like people that I didn't know. And you know, when I was writing my book, I sent out friend requests to a lot of authors that I loved. And when I started on YouTube, I sent out friend requests to a lot of YouTubers that I watched at the time. And, yeah. I'm trying to think of who else I friend requested. But I mean, I don't care about Facebook. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm more likely to follow somebody on Instagram than I would do on Facebook. But I don't even really do that as much anymore. I'm trying to, you know, in speaking about social media, I think it is a good conversation, but like, I've really tried to, in the last year, limit the amount of time that I've been on social media. You know, it was one of the things that my counselor worked with me on, and it's just something that's kind of like ingrained in me now, is to just not be on it all the time and to validate my life as a result of it. I don't know. I didn't think that after I read that one comment, the entire conversation would be about this on here, so... Let me know what you think about social media in the comment section below. You know, and just be honest and own it too. Do you love it? Do you not love it? Like, I enjoy a huge aspect of it. I really do. But I also don't want to be consumed by it, and I don't want to validate my existence by it, and I don't want to validate my weight, my body image, my success in life, my success in my relationship compared to social media. And you know, you have to remember that YouTube is social media as well. I think that's something that we forget sometimes, you know? But it really is. I don't think we think of it in the same way, though. But I definitely at times have compared my life to others as, you know, as in regards to social media. And I don't think that it was doing me one bit of good. Dream. I really want something to drink, but I don't want to go into any of these gas stations. It's cold. It's 34 degrees, and I don't want to get out of the car. Is that lazy or what? Trying to think of all the stuff I want to do this week. I need to organize our bathroom counter because it is out of control. We have so many products up there that we use. Like Alex has 15,000. Okay, so Alex gets out, like when he gets in the shower, he'll like take, you know, a half an hour hot shower, and then he has 10 products that he lays out in a row. You think I'm the one that would do that, but I'm not. So he lays out, you know, like lotion for his body, and then a special facial lotion, and then serums and oils and all this kind of stuff for his face, and then all of this other kind of stuff. He really likes Loie Lane's products that she has out, that you can get them at Target. He really likes those products. They're called, I think, like One Body or One Love or something like that, but he really likes those products. And then he does all of that stuff. Oh, he does treatments to his hair, and he does those Diva curl things. He uses that stuff on his hair. He's all the hair stuff, and then he, like, you know, like that. It takes him like an hour to do all. That's his relaxation thing. I need to get back into the mode of that. Is what I need to do. Oh man. Whew. These houses that are up off the lake are so pretty. You can see their lights and stuff like that. It's crazy to think that I grew up out here. Well, I grew up way down there, but my dad still lives out there, but it just has been like forever ago that I lived out here. It's crazy. It seems like it's been forever ago. Aw, people's Christmas trees look so pretty. Our neighbors put up all their Christmas lights outside, which is kind of nice because we haven't had a neighbor that's put Christmas tree lights out or put Christmas lights out. I think the whole time that we've lived there, nobody has. And so tonight, when I pulled up after getting, going to take Tanya to get a coffee, they have multicolored Christmas lights, which I think are real sweet. And they have them on like a bush, and then they have them like around the front door, and then they have them from like this wreath in the window. And I like it. I think it looks really pretty. And then I got these twinkling lights, spirit fingers, that I'm gonna put around the big like tree bush that we got. Well, you know, that we got. And then I'm gonna also put them around the wreath. And then I gotta figure out a way to hang this wreath. Tony was like, why not? Or was it Valerie that said, I think it was Valerie that was like, just hammer a nail in there. And she was like, you can hide like where I'm like, I don't want to hammer a nail into the side of my house. Like, I just don't know how to get the wreath up there. There's nowhere to hang it from the window. Okay, and so when people ask, because I know people will be like, well, do this or do that, do this or whatever. There's a screen on the outside of the window, okay? And I can't take the screen off. Like, it's in there, so you can't take it out. So, like, if you take it out, it's to replace it. It's not to, like, put back in. So, I don't know what to do as far as, like, putting this wreath up for the winter time. And I have this suction cup thing, but there's nowhere to do it because it won't suction cup onto the wood. So there's no place for me to put this wreath. And then I could get one of those door hanger things and put it off to the side. I think that's what my mom used to do with her wreath. But the thing is that you're not gonna be able to see it from over there. So I'm like stressing out about something that should not be stressed out about, you know what I mean? I'm actually really happy that I bought something for Christmas outside on our patio this year. I was thinking the other day, like, I'm gonna pull in here at the gas station and get something to drink, but I was thinking the other day that if I, come home and I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, it's so Christmassy. into the bathroom while I'm here too. The woman that works at this gas station late at night is so nice. All right, well, I will be right back. Okay, we're back. You guys, I got the Merry Mashup again. I don't know why I keep on getting it. It's really not the greatest thing in the entire world, but it's not horrible, and I like it. You know what? I'm like getting low on gas again because last night I couldn't. Was it last night that I couldn't fill up my tank because it just kept on stopping? Oh, that drove me crazy. Anyway, I keep on getting it because I go in there and I like look at the drinks. I'm like, well, there's Sprite, well, there's Coke, there's Dr. Pepper, and like I kind of like tick them off in my head for like all the things the reasons why I don't want them. And then the Merry Mashup is sitting there, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll get the Merry Mashup. I don't know why. I just am always like, okay, well, I'll get the Merry Mashup, I guess. But anyway. My stomach's kind of hurting me. It was hurting earlier too a little bit. I didn't even finish my brunch today. I ordered the crispy potatoes like I always do, and I said to Alex, I said, I don't even know why I got these crispy potatoes. I didn't even want them today. I literally had like 3 of them and I was like done. I was like, I don't want any more of these. I gotta start coming up with my Christmas list of what I'm gonna get people. And I need to be realistic about it and sit down and kind of start shopping for what I'm gonna get everybody. I always kind of like have an idea in my head, and then I wait till the last moment. Well, tomorrow's Cyber Monday, so tomorrow would not be a bad day for me to get some stuff that I want to get for some people. Doesn't Amazon Prime have like great deals tomorrow? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get online and order some stuff for people. Oh, that tree is so pretty. Can you see it? Look. It's huge and it has all these... Oh, the battery is about to die. What is going on with this tonight? Well, I don't have a whole lot more to talk about anyway, so I'm just going to end this here. I do have another battery, but I'll just prolong the ending of this vlog if I do that. So I'm just going to end the vlog now. I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. Is tomorrow Monday? Yeah. I hope you're having an amazing Monday unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Make the most of your day. Enjoy it. Do something fun. Do something you'll be proud of and, you know, down the road when you're looking back on today, you're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you do your positive affirmations every single day and that you look in the mirror and you say to yourself all of the things you need to hear about yourself. I love you. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are important. And today is going to be an amazing day. It's going to be a great day today, full of really good, positive opportunities, and it's just gonna be a really fun day. And you say that to yourself every day, you do your positive affirmations, and most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know how important they are to you and how much they mean to you. And I just wanna say thank you guys for watching my vlog every day. I love you, and you make me very, very happy. And I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!